Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. Welcome back to our tremendous YouTube channel. Hope you're having a good week. Thanksgiving right around the corner. Exciting times. We have a little kind of informational, I don't know if it's an update, we'll call it an update, but it's just some advice to give you, being the news that has come out with President-elect Donald Trump kind of confirming, whether or not it's true, but he has confirmed, I think it would be a tweet, that he may or will use the military to kind of affect these mass deportations, he's calling it.
Right. So, he did confirm actually specifically on the mass deportation that he campaigned on and what he intends to do.
I mean, was that confirmation via tweet, right?
No, it's not really a tweet. It's his Truth Social platform.
Okay.
And basically he confirmed that he wants to do it, and it's beyond that. So there's been leaks already that there are plans in place to really start the process and put in motion what they want to do. And there's various low-hanging fruits that they can go after. So I would think that people with criminal backgrounds, whether it be a DUI or major crime or whatever it may be, somebody who does not have a clean record and that somebody is also undocumented,
right,
I think they would be a low-hanging fruit.
Yep.
Beyond that,
someone with a deportation order, clearly.
Yeah, those people that have a removal order already and have not left, those are also easy targets to go after and remove them kind of immediately, which is right there before their eyes.
Right.
The total population, I mean, who knows? But we're talking somewhat, above 15 million people that may be undocumented, and really there's no accurate accounting. So the question becomes whether there's resources, whether the federal government has resources. And I just want to read you some basic facts that are available. These are just facts. There are right now, today, there are 3 million cases pending before in immigration courts throughout the country before 650 immigration judges. So you just do the math. With the current caseload, 3 million divided by 650, that's going to take decades to complete. And to give you a perspective, under Obama, he deported over 400,000 people from the border, just expeditiously removed from the border, most of them. And under Biden, I don't have the numbers for Biden, but Biden's numbers aren't that far off either. So deportations at the border can definitely happen.
And those are expedited removals, so you don't have your day in court, is that right?
You don't have your day in court.
So those are a little bit different, and those can definitely happen. And then I have a couple questions for you.
Those will happen. Those will happen on steroids.
Right. That's not the focus of this video, the expedited removals at the border, right? But let's say you're not at the border and you do have an old removal order. Is that someone who would be placed back into court, or can they literally just
pick them up?
Yeah,
they can just pick them up and
okay.
execute the order.
If you're here without status, and let's say you don't fall within the radius of being expeditiously removed because you're not that close to the border, right? That's one of the rules. You're not going to be, correct me if I'm wrong, you're not going to be driven and expeditiously removed. You will be placed in removal proceedings.
Okay, so anybody that's on U.S. soil does have due process rights, right? They need to go through the legal process in order to get a decision from in this case, an immigration judge. That's due process.
Right.
And that goes into the column of 3 million court cases. So if we have, 5 more million, then it's added to these 3 million, because these 3 million aren't going to be resolved between now and January 20th.
Yes.
So we're literally talking about just excess weight on the immigration court system. However, that's daunting enough, right? But so the leaks that have come out, that the Trump team is looking at using a a law from back in, wartime laws from 1798, the Alien and Sedition Act, to immediately deport people who are unauthorized in this country, basically round them up and move them out. That would be without due process if a national emergency is called and that particular law is activated. So the military would have access to the population in the interior of the country, and they would be well within their rights to pick people up and remove them, which, I mean, I can't even fathom the idea of that happening, to be honest, but the law is there. We have the president that campaigned on it, so he's there. We have a Congress that seems to be, continuously impotent over the decades, so they're there. And then we have the economy that depends on everybody in this country, including the undocumented workers. So there's a lot of different moving parts here, and whether or not they all move in the same direction, who knows?
Yes, I'm sure if he tried to enact this 1798
1798.
law, it would most likely be challenged in court, I would imagine. So, I mean, I wouldn't panic on that front, but it's something to keep in mind. If that's not enacted, I mean, not moral of the story, but these mass deportations won't happen overnight. Most of these people should and hopefully do get their due process in immigration court, and that could take a number of years. But the purpose of this video is, there are things that are going to occur for people who are here without kind of status or without documentation. So it's important to kind of have a plan moving forward.
And that's the key. You really need to have a plan. And the time to make that plan is today, is tomorrow, is this week, and next week and so forth. There's absolutely no reason to panic, because panic doesn't solve anybody's problems. But you do need to kind of think soberly about this, and have a plan. What does a plan mean? A plan means to talk to your family, to talk to, if you're in a mixed status family, and some of you guys are documented and perhaps the rest are not documented. You want to have that family discussion as to what may happen. Somebody may go to school and not come back. Somebody may go to work and not come back. What happens if that were to happen? You have an attorney on retainer to perhaps they have perhaps provided you with legal counsel as to what the potentials might be, and you have resources available to activate that process, right, with that attorney of your choice. The other thing is, ICE agents, they have a warrant. When they come and knock on your door, you don't have to open the door if it's not a judicial warrant. If it's signed by an officer, that's not a judicial warrant. It needs to be signed by a judge. So I would definitely know your rights. You don't have to let anybody in that knocks, aggressively on your front door. You can ask who wants to know, and you can ask to see the warrant. You can check the signature section of the warrant. If it doesn't say Judge so-and-so, you tell that person, go back and get me a judicial warrant. So there are things, these are conversations that need to happen.
Yeah, 100%. Now is a good time to probably call an immigration attorney that you know or trust or you find online and they have good reviews and a good kind of track record, and see if there is possibly a way forward for you through a family member, work, what have you. And if not, then you can have an informed discussion about what you can do perhaps if someone does knock on your door like Ali just mentioned. But now's not the time really to kind of sit on your hands, for lack of a better term. Want to be proactive as you can, and plan for the future so you do have a plan in place and you're not kind of caught off guard.
Yeah, and not panic. So if you have questions, if you want to talk to us, just give us a call, email us. All the information is available on our bio page on YouTube and beyond, on Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever it may be. We're here to really assist. We've been through this rodeo once before in 2016, and so that was quite a ride, and we're ready to ride it again. So we're here for you.
Definitely. Give us a call, shoot us an email, and have a good rest of your week.